Good night, fellow punchers. The clock on the wall says 5 to 10 on a dark and dreary and draughty evening in the west of Ireland. And it wasn't a great day either, teeming rain, most of it. A lot of it was spent watching the racing, studying forum, watching reruns that I missed, and I still haven't got back to some of them that I missed, picking up on a few. So day, got off to a good start with Hope You Can Run. Went out to 7 to 2 during the day and finished up 11 to 4. One snug enough. That was a strong enough race, I thought, that he was in the last time. Stronger than the Fav. The ground was suitable as well. One handy. All the horses, I think, the way backed, or tipped and backed, there was money. Aussie Girl, that opened up 9 to 2 yesterday evening to 7 to 2 last night when I recorded it. Went off 6 to 4 favourite. Traded odds on in running, and a miler came and outstayed it. Johnny Murta won, and the one he was supposed to win on carried the one, didn't win, and the one that wasn't fancied won. So you never know. There was a lot of money for Sue Princess. That finished 6th. It didn't place in some. There was a couple of bookies that did place it. I hit the double in one bet, but I lost out on an each way bet because I'm only paying 5, and it's only beaten ahead, which was a pity, because Face to Puck Out drifted out to 9 to 1 today, and they were actually given 10s, and that finished third. Looked like that traded odds on as well in running. And Neandra, rake of money for that too. I was disappointed with Murphy, the way he rode that horse. He was last and closed and didn't try. It's the jockey that won that for Ian Williams, Buick. In the last 3 weeks has 17 winners in 21 days, and Murphy has only 3. And I can see why. He's not riding with confidence at all. So he'd want to get the finger out for Goodwood. But could have been a lot better, but it didn't do much damage. There's power stuff on tomorrow. I was whittling around, and I have a couple of that I'm going to mention that we backed the last time. Well, I mentioned them now. That Tin Fandango, he's out tomorrow, but it's just he's an 8-year-old, but there's probably a race in him. Movie King is 16 to 1 as well. We backed it, was it yesterday? 3 miles in Cork or in Limerick will suit better if, depending on the position of the handbrake. I forgot to check to see is it entered next week. We have a few interesting ones tomorrow. A few each way shots. So let's see what we can do. I have a win bet that I'll show first. There's a mile 6 staying race there. 3-year-old only. The favourite is Nothing to See, but that won a maiden last time out, and he went out in front to get a soft lead, and it was over 10 furlongs, and they were coming to him close to the end of the race. I thought a stronger case could be made for Hidden Story for Charlie Appleby. He is flying it in the last, well, he's steady winners the whole time. But that was in the same race as the winner today came out of. The one we won today on, what was it again? Hope You Can Run. He sure can run today. But there was money for the boys in blue horse there. He's out in front there, 3rd from the right, as you can see.
By Kieran Schumacher, and it's quite an open-looking race at this stage. Hidden Story now coming through strongly to possibly head Hope You Can Run. Raina Del Mar between the pair comes with a challenge. On the left is Davideo, then Crystal Mariner under the Moor Drive, and Graphite on the extreme right. It's a hard one to call as they race into the dip and onto the final furlong. On this side, Davideo is doing all right. Hidden Story far side with Graphite, then Hope You Can Run, and Raina Del Mar down the middle. Davideo on the near side from Hope You Can Run. Raina Del Mar and Hidden Story. It's Davideo just doing best, and Davideo wins. Time for the Moners. Hope You Can Run near.
The worst thing a bit of that Davideo, as he's entered in the Ledger later in the year. Buick the step up and trip, he wasn't stopping at a mile and a half. Wasn't that a mile? Not a mile and a half. It was a mile and a half. Extra 2 furlongs shouldn't be a problem. The other one has to step up a half a mile. So I'm taking on the Fav. I backed that one at 2-1 there earlier. That's a win bet tomorrow. There's this, what you call it, racing league is on tomorrow evening. There's a couple of horses that I normally sit and watch, but there's a couple of horses that things just might fall right for them tomorrow that we backed before. We got a reach way money a couple of times on Sun King. It was a big price there earlier. It was 8s and 9s. But it was with Aidan O'Brien and came to George Bowie. Caught my eye the first time out at a mile in Kempton, and it got blocked sort in the stretch. Then we backed it in Pontefract. Backed it each way, collected the money all right, but it tore off from a wide draw on good to soft, and it died in the last furlong. Then I was saying we might do that the next time, but we backed it again and finished 5th. We got our money back and a bit of profit, but different tactics was employed, and the last day went out in front again, but back to a mile. And if they chip it out in front there tomorrow, Ben Curtis, he didn't settle the last day, and he didn't settle a few times. So he might just, it might just suit him, the mile race tomorrow in Yarmouth on good to soft ground. So we could back that each way, but I have 2 more like it. We could do an each way Trixie with them, or back them small each way. It's an 8-1 shot there in a lot of them. It's 8-1 into 13-2 with 365. The 730 is the sprint as well, and similarly a horse that we backed last time in Doncaster, and it left his race at the start. But there is a race in this lad. Well, hopefully it'll be tomorrow. But he's handicapped. He's handicapped to win a race, and the yard is in better form than it was before. But you can see it in this race here, where he's in the white sleeves back at the back, but he finishes well, and they weren't that busy on him. But he left his race at the start, so hopefully he can break better tomorrow, and he's in a position then to fight out the finish, at least get placed. That's in Stone Cold last there now.
And it's Higher Mate with Ready Freddy Go the far side. Then just in behind them, Rocket Rodner here is Road Lightning, the stand side. He's finishing off strongly. Ready Freddy Go the far side, but reeled in now by Road Lightning, who's quickened up really well in that first time hood and goes on to win for Rab Havlin, who doubles up. And then came Rocket Rodney, Ready Freddy Go running on well.
Finished 5th, so hopefully he might get who's on him tomorrow? Farrer, he's taken off 5. It's an open affair there. 10-1. They're paying 4 places, a lot of the bookies. So that's another one. And then in the 8:30, I heard through the grapevine that this old port for Charles Burns was going tomorrow in the mile 6, and it's you know, they're running him in the mile 2 instead, because I thought a mile and a half or a mile 6, but they're hardly bringing him over just for the fresh air in Yarmouth. There's 54,000 for the winner. It's a third run back as well, after even Peter Evans. But the fact that they're travelling over, and Charles, as you know, Charles can do the bizzo when he wants. So he was a 10-1 shot earlier. Into 8s now into 7s. 4-1 the field. Paying 4 places as well. £51,000 for the winner. So Ben Curtis riding him as well. Like a Tiger is a decent joke. It bolted up before in Kempton, wasn't it? Only a 3-year-old. Newmarket. hosed up. But the fact that they're bringing this back in trip, it had a sort of a troubled trip or a troubled run the last time in Ireland. I thought I had the video set up for it, but I mustn't have. Behind Safecracker. But I prefer if it's over a mile and a half for this, or even mile 6, but they must think this is a better chance of making a few pound. So in the 8 o'clock race there's a mile 6 race, and there's a horse there we won on last year. He's 20-1, and he's running off the same mark as when he won last year. He's 85. Ian Williams, he won that race tonight with Buick, with State Legend. But he won for us last year, which was mile 6 in York last June. And then we were on Albert Boucher the next time, of What Bettis Halifan. And I was thinking, and I said it at the time, that the mile and a half was probably too short for him. So he proved me wrong. But he did decent enough innings after that in the 90s, but he's back down again to the same mark again. So that there could have been a plot job. He likes to target one of these for those staying races. I was looking at Galway for the Galway plate, and it looks like a horse that was laid out for it is 10-1 shot, Ash Street Meadow. I mentioned it before that it looked like they were getting them ready. Only a 7-year-old. But last year when it ran in Galway, it had won a novice chase in Killarney prior to finish 4th to Hewick, and it's only beaten 7 lengths. So it looks like that have preserved his mark pretty well and got him 2 runs there in June and July. So 10-1 there, a quarter the odds. A horse that went round, jump round before, has ran 4 times over chases in Ireland, winning 2 seconds, and 3 in England, 2 wins in a second. So he's not too bad. And then in the hurdle, I thought Jesse Evans is a nice price at 20-1. It was second last year to Tudor City of 138, and it was 4th the year before to Soldier, 39 and 38, and they have given it 2 little spins there now on the flat. Bet tax for Max, and was second to Party Central. So 20-1 shot, I think that maybe a small each way double or something with the 2 of them. There's the 2 that I'm going back and I'll see them next week when we have the final declaration. We know them 2 are going because they've been geared for it if they stay fit and well till then. So that's it. If I fancy anything for Leopardstown, I'll put it up. There's a couple there, but there was one. Jumbly didn't go in that Minstrel Stakes. They must be waiting for Goodwood for him. And Zarinsk is in race now and gone favourite. Probably will be hard beaten. I just want to have a look at that again. Tarawa was vying for favouritism because I was saying the 3-year-olds have a good record in that race, wasn't it? No, the 4-year-olds had, the older horses. I have to have a look at it again. If I fancy something, I'll put it up in the morning. Anyway, I'll get this up now. It's just gone 10 o'clock. Bash the bookies over and out.